You know, there's two things in life that I can't go without: object shows and a good joke. In my opinion, that's all you really need to get through the day. Having depressive thoughts? One of these should take care of that. However, it's recently come to my attention that these two things don't really cross over much. Don't get me wrong, I love object shows. I mean, they're 2/7 of my name after all. But I feel like humor has never been what object shows were known for. Like, what comes to mind when I ask, why do you like object shows? Hold on, give me a minute. The characters, the challenges, storylines and arcs, or just the competition show formula as a whole is really fun to watch. A lot of object shows are very entertaining, but very few of them are notably funny. Off the top of my head, It's Time For That was pretty good for the first few episodes. BFDI Season 1 got really funny near the end. And of course, Team Room 125 all around is comedic gold. But other than that, I'm not saying that I've never laughed at anything outside of those three shows, but looking at the OSC as a whole, funny isn't one of the first words that come to mind. Sure, there might be good jokes here or there, and a show can be passively funny without being laugh out loud, but the point still stands. I don't find the OSC very humorous. Damn, if only there were a certain show out there that was astronomically relevant to the current conversation. Crayon Object Battle Universe. Greeny's Grand Game is to this day my absolute favorite object show in terms of humor. It's only 2 episodes long, but damn it doesn't make those 2 episodes count. For those unaware, GGG is a 2022 joke show made by fan favorite OSC terrorist Gag of Green. This show features 36 contestants, all of which being friends of said creator. And I think this is a really cool idea. Taking all of your friends' object sonas and throwing them into a joke show is super awesome. For the friends, it's like you're actually competing in an object show. And for Greeny, it's a lighter load because he doesn't have to spend any time coming up with new characters, they're all right here. This would later horribly backfire in every way possible, but we'll get to that. I've recently found out that Greeny himself dislikes this show, saying, "This sucks, like actually what the hell," about 2 years after episode 1 was released. But I could not disagree any harder. GGG might not be the best show ever, it may not be the most well thought out, it may not have the best plot or characters or anything else on this list of story elements, but what it does have is
Steve. Yes! Honey, he did it!
This show definitely has issues, and I'll get to those, but I can't help but love it. It's one of the few shows that I'll go back and rewatch every once in a while. I haven't watched BFDIA 15 since release, but GGG 2 is really getting up there. But anyway, this intro's gone on for long enough. Let's go ahead and take a look at episode 1.
After all these years of containment, I'm finally free!
Oh, look, a little snack. Oh.
I wonder how much of Animatic Battle was inspired by this.
Taco, I'm here.
The episode starts out like any first episode should, by introducing every character one by one. This brings us to our first issue. It is impossible to remember anyone's name. See, one of the side effects of having every character be based off a real person is that everyone has the stupidest name ever.
Taco.
99 times out of 100, it is immediately clear when looking at an object show character what their name is. With that said, every single one of these characters is the 1 out of 100. Take a look at this guy. Looks like a ball, sounds like a ball, feels like a ball.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
And yeah, their name is Ball, who would have guessed? Now how about this character? What do you think their name is? Mirror? Fucking idiot, that's Nicole, obviously. Okay, let's try that again. Who is this? That's right, it's Eraser. How about this? A little bit trickier, but right once again, that was Missing Dog poster. Now how about this? Is it box? Crate? Maybe even package? Nope, that there is EDP 445. The show tried to help with this issue by having an entire scene centered around the characters saying their names, which is a really good idea, and it's used well to introduce Ninja Bun, one of the most important characters of the episode. But the only other person you learn here is Nicole. The Star Guy also says their name, but the audio is so shit and the music is so loud that I still have no idea what it is to this day. They also introduced this recovery center, but this is the only time it ever shows up in the entire show. There was really no need for this because whenever a character dies, they just show up again unharmed in the next scene. I think this is perfect for the super low stakes cartoony style of the show, so I really don't understand what the point of this was. Speaking of which, this show is really good at sort of making fun of old shows like the first seasons of BFDI and II. I swear, a good third of the jokes in this show are just using some asset from like 2010 and it's still funny every time. like that joke is so simple, but it's so perfect. This episode also contains what is probably one of my top 5 favorite object show jokes of all time.
What the fuck?
Lorgus, you're boring me out. I could just
Kill you!
But I'm not gonna slap you, cause I'm nice.
Ever since this came out, I desperately wanted to reference this joke in a video, but it's literally impossible. Like, how the hell do I work that into a script? Probably like this. Dude, I love inanimate insanity. You're stupid. I could just kill you! Although I think this episode is hilarious, it's also less funny than I remember it being. I feel like a lot of the jokes here are just random funny images, which isn't necessarily bad, but that just means that the more you watch this, the less hard things are gonna hit. And that goes for a lot of this episode. The jokes are getting a little dated. While random equals funny is still definitely a thing in modern day, it isn't the same as what it was back in 2022. Johnny Cash showing up, having a KFC of a time, as well as the aforementioned funny images are likely to become less and less funny over time. However, I can't fault this show too much for that. What the internet deems funny is constantly changing. What was once the pinnacle of comedy before is now the least funny thing ever. The one thing this show has that will never get stale is the animation. It is so damn good. It's not like the smoothest, most fluid thing ever, but what it is perfect for this specific show. If there's ever a time where someone's not saying anything funny, there's gonna be something even better on screen to make up for it. Every single visual gag lands flawlessly, and the slightly choppy and non-stop animation excels it. And the intro. Oh! The music is so good, and the same goes for the voting screen and especially the credits. And a perk of having every character be based on someone's OC is that every single design here is creative and stands out on their own. Kind of unrelated because this doesn't really apply to this show, but I'm kind of sick of object show prizes just being something stupid and meaningless. This trend started after BFB for the most part, and for a good reason too. The contestants all desperately wanting an image with, at the time, no actual value was really funny. So funny, in fact, that object shows all across the world couldn't resist being uncreative. And it was fine for the most part. Like, it was funny, people kept pushing at how useless the prize could be, but I think at this point it's something that should just stay in the past. The bit is far past its prime. Like, in 2023 when It's Time for This started, did anyone actually laugh at the prize being this tiger thing? This same joke has been told for 6 years at that point. It's Time for That is especially a bad show to do this, considering that whenever someone gets eliminated from the show, they fucking die. Well, that's what I thought at least. It's just a little bit unbelievable that anyone would want to keep competing in this show when the prize inherently has no value to it. But if you want to hear more about that, you'll have to wait for It's Time for That to end. I'm not going to review it till it's over. That was an entire paragraph of talking about another show. I am really good at inflating the runtime.
Here comes the money.
I really like the scene where they play the pee-pee song. I wish it went on longer. I just realized that I haven't explained the plot at all, and that probably sounds really bad out of context.
He's pulling his cock out!
But then there's this joke where Cole gets crucified, and that kind of makes me uncomfortable. Oh, wait, do you hear that? It's the sound of an atheist making fun of me in the comments. Why? The blorking scene is really funny. I love the delivery of "it's making me mad." You know what? Fuck it. Here's my top 3 favorite jokes from the episode.
Tell my audience.
I need to shrink.
No! Dude, what's wrong?
Number 2.
Don't worry, Nizapun. I'll save it with my power.
Number 1 victory royale.
I could just kill you! And our honorable mention is this scene. This is only notable because it would later on evolve into my favorite joke from Crayon Object Battle Universe Again 1. Still waiting on that second episode there, Creepsington. Anyway, the team with IG on it loses, and oh, that's the Cleveland show. And that's where the episode ends. Alright, it's time to vote. So the biggest flaw of this show outside of the real life stuff is that every character is more or less the same. Like, there are a few characters that have distinct gimmicks, like the furry cake pop thing that's this show's golf ball. Every show has a golf ball, but that's few and far between. All these characters blend together, they don't have any personality, they're all just used as outlets to tell jokes. And it sure as shit doesn't help when characters change names and designs in between episodes. Not to mention in episode 2, they just randomly decide to replace a contestant with someone else. Oh, that wasn't random at all. Don't get me wrong, the show does exactly what it sets out to do, but when you get to the voting screen, it just doesn't work. Because once you get here, there's literally no reason to vote for any specific character. Whoever you vote for will just depend on whose design you like the most or whoever made the funniest joke. Except, I just lied to you. This show is vote to eliminate, which makes the voting even more arbitrary. It's pretty easy to go and find characters you like while watching this show. Even if it doesn't really mean anything considering they're all the same, you can still pick out a favorite or two. But finding characters you don't like, that's a different story. Since every line of dialogue in this show is a joke and completely interchangeable between characters, there's nothing someone can really do to make you not like them. This reminds me a lot of Burger Brawl, which is another friend group show. The Christmas tree character literally did nothing the entirety of episode 1, but they still got eliminated in the end because they had a speech impediment. Which, not to be mean, was really annoying.
What, am I just not allowed to eat now?
When a show with no distinct characters uses vote to eliminate, the viewers are just gonna latch onto any tiny detail to decide who to vote for. And that's exactly what happens to Erwin. Near the end of the episode, Erwin is about to bring 3 peepees back when they suddenly get stolen by another team. This isn't that big of a deal. It was only a few peepees that were lost, and it's not like Erwin wasn't doing their part. Earlier in the episode, we see him bring back a heaping pile of them. But the timing was unfortunate. The show points out that Erwin lost peepees right before it's announced that they lost. I know I just went on a huge rant, but that really is the biggest issue with the show. It's funny, but that's it. Maybe the show got canceled for a good reason. It's possible that while making GGG3, Greeny just got bored of it. After the 3rd time doing the same song and dance, it can get kind of old. Imagine if this show really went on for 36 episodes. Do you think that in GGG27 the show would be able to keep up the same mile-a-minute humor? I'm willing to bet no, it wouldn't. And I think that's very clearly seen in episode 2. Who's gonna tell him? Don't get me wrong, GGG2 is really good, but it isn't even close to topping episode 1 in my opinion. Episode 1 is like a short film, just a masterpiece. Tarantino is rolling in his grave right now. It has a lot of good jokes, but a substantially less amount of them are laugh out loud funny. The episode starts off with, what the hell happened here? Okay, I know this is random, but I just realized this. In the Teapot 7 parody video, there's this joke where Pillow eats a camera. And when I was watching that video, I couldn't help but feel like I'd seen that joke before, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. But then today, I was watching GGG2 and... Yeah, that's plagiarism, pal. It's still really well animated though. The episode as a whole looks stunning. It's way better than the already great GGG1. However, all is not well in the world of Greeny GG. You see, at the start of the episode, beloved character Spray Paint Guy number 2 gets unceremoniously replaced by someone new. That being Shoida.
Okay, this is Shoida. He isn't GGG. Yes, I love GGG.
This is because the person that this character was based off of, Bray, ended up doing something bad that I don't care to research. And if that wasn't enough change for one episode, Koryo randomly decides to change his entire design. And like, yeah, this makes a lot more sense now, but why was it not this from the start? And also, Miruri goes from being Nicole to being Naughty. Now, if this show had like 12 characters, I'd say, sure, change some stuff. But there are 36 characters. That's just way too many. The voting gets changed to vote to save, and that's all I really have to say about this episode. Play the top 3 joke.
Number 3. I've chosen a new way to follow, and that way is to prank Kate.
Pranking?
Then we have number 2, Lobstar.
I'm such a big fan.
This is the number 1 title card.
Oh, hey dude, look. It's Crystal from Inanimate Fight House.
I love Inanimate Fight House! I'll Inanimate Fight you if you don't move!
I know I just said that any favorite character someone might have from the show is arbitrary, but you know what? I like Cole. I think Cole is my favorite. He's one of the few characters I know the name of, and he had a big part in both episodes now. He's just a cool character, okay? Nothing wrong with that. I just hope he's as cool in real life as he is in...
Have you ever heard about the ship of Theseus?
Dude, this joke is fucking crazy. So yeah, one of the biggest issues that comes with making characters out of real people is that sometimes those real people may be terrible. During the production of episode 2, both Jerry and Gonster had some allegations against them. And just like with Bray, Greeny planned to kick them out of the show. In the Teapot 7 parody, they say that this show is like the ship of Theseus, and I find that really funny and true. This is like a 4-minute video. I don't know how this is the 3rd time I've brought this up already. Look man, all I'm saying is I could totally totally replace Jerry in GGG3. I mean, really think about it. That's 3 entire members of the cast needing to be removed or replaced, one of which being a team leader and very major character. Greeny probably decided that the show just wasn't worth continuing at that point. And with even Cole later on becoming controversial, it looks like Greeny made the right choice. And yeah, I think the show's been silently canceled, with Greeny moving on to greener pastures, which is a real shame. I'd love to see it return someday with a smaller scale, permanent cast and me in it. I want to be in it. Honestly, a shame because I really like this show. The idea of a friend group show in general is really cool, but as we've seen, it just inherently doesn't work. I first learned about this show from a great little video by Apple.
Hey, Apple!
And can I just say how the tables have turned? That video introduced me to a lot of joke shows, but in my opinion, GGG tops them all. If it feels like I was way too negative in this video, please try to remember that I can only say it was funny so many times. GGG may only be good at one thing, but it's really good at it. Please don't get me wrong at all. I love GGG. It is an all-timer. Remember this old thing? Really brings back memories, doesn't? Anyway, time to wipe that all away and start over. I want to start making a series out of reviewing object shows and then place them all on this big tier list for everyone to look at in awe. So make sure to let me know what show you want me to review next. But as for GGG, I mean, what can I say? It's great. The animation and humor fit each other perfectly to create one of the most entertaining object shows I have ever seen. It may not be perfect, but it is grand. A tier.
Never mind, it's B tier.
Wait a minute, what happened to the entire cast?